Justified corruption is corruption that cannot be contested once an invoice is issued by a service provider, except with lengthy legal fights that cost you money. After watching this video, you will understand why sometimes you have to pay huge water bills on your property even though you know that you never used water in a careless manner. This device has turbine wheel that can also be triggered by pressurized air and create false readings which inflates water consumption. Problems related to velocity water meters. Velocity water meters can register air flows, which will lead to over-registration of consumption, especially in systems with intermittent supply, when water supply is re-established and the incoming water pushes air through the meters. Purified water is pumped from reseviour dams to residences' properties by using pressurized air in the water pipes. The residential properties are fitted with water meters as a way to help residents utilize water efficiently. These type of meters called velocity water metering devices but are not completely reliable. A velocity type meter measures the velocity of flow through a meter of known internal capacity when water pass through turbine wheel. However, velocity water meters installed on properties are not reliable enough to determine correct water consumption because they can blindly respond to pressurized air used to pump water in the same way they would respond when water is consumed on a property and give false and inflated reading. Then, towards the month-end, municipality officials come to check the water readings to determine how much water was consumed and issue the municipal service accounts which become uncontested proof of water consumption. The towns are constantly plagued by aging water pipes that need to be repaired or replaced. However, the collateral problem occurs while the negligent water technicians are fixing defective water pipes. While the water supply is disrupted, the negligent technicians sometimes forget to switch off the air pressure machines. By doing so, pressurized air is continually pumped into water pipes. Technically, these water meters cannot distinguish between air and water, but the turbine wheel is triggered by pressurized air in the same way it happens in hydraulic fluid mechanisms. When residents try to turn water taps, pressurized air pass out as if it was water consumed on residences' properties, but that pressurized air inflates water consumption. Residents will try to query these problems of inflated water bills, but without explaining how it happened, they will unfortunately had no option but to pay for water that they never used, because, actually there was no water but pressurized air triggering water reading mechanism inside the water meters. This negligence does not happen to one resident but affect the entire properties fitted with these unreliable water meters. If a person can sit down and calculate the massive erroneous water bills that the community is forced to pay, then we will start to realize the seriousness of the fraud. The only solution is to replace these unreliable water meters with the effective ones, because continuing to use them is tantamount to deliberate and justifiable fraud by the municipal authorities. The municipalities know the shortcomings of these meters, but they remain quiet about it and continually accrue unlawful profits from unsuspecting residents.